Okay, so I said that this whole election, the whole American election, was personally, I feel like it was a challenge to the Christian community for so many reasons. And I mean, the Trump's election from first tenure from 2016 till date has been, you know, there's been lots of prophecies, and so a lot of Christians are so involved in it. And I mean, you may look at Christians as very stupid, but that's okay, because I mean, there's so much ignorance in the church. I agree, but it's a way of life for some people, and they hold on to things like this very dearly. So people believe in the wrong things. That's why you even see, that's why there's so many denominations. People teach different doctrines, and you see people that hold on to it. You see where people idolize even their preachers or something. It's just religion. It happens in other religions, just like in the Muslim community. I'm sure there are people who are radicals, and people who hold strongly to certain things and may not be doing it right. So it's just, yeah. So the American election has been very significant, because America is like the world power, if not the world power today. And a lot of things that happen in the world are, it always seems like America has like a huge, America is able to influence a lot of things that happen in the world. So yeah. And I will always say that America is a Christian nation. Just like Brazil and some other countries, there are certain countries that are Muslim countries, and America is a Christian country. Even though I know that right now, it seems like some people are trying to change all of that, so that, I don't know, but America has always been a Christian country. Doesn't mean that there aren't other religions in the country. There are other religions, and they can freely express their faith and without being attacked, as long as it doesn't hurt the next person. Yeah, but yeah. So the impact that the election has had on Christians is the fact that some people believed that if Trump doesn't win the election, that means that the world is coming to an end. And because there are lots of policies that are against our faith as Christians, right? And it doesn't mean that we don't love these people. It's just against our faith. And that's where we get it wrong as Christians, because I know that throughout the whole period of the elections and everything, Christians were on both sides. You had Christians who were Democrats, Christians who were Republicans. And I don't like to use Republicans and Democrats, because I feel like it's like the political party. You had Christians who were liberals and Christians who were conservatives, right? So it's more like, I believe there are good people on both sides. Let me talk like Trump. And there are ignorant people on both sides. There are gullible people on both sides. But the thing is this, right? The conservatives, like the name implies, the conservatives, the people on the right, we tend to hold certain things dearly. Now the problem is that most people looked at the people on the right as hypocrites, because it's like, who are you to judge A or B when you're not even perfect? But you guys missed the point, right? We're not saying that we're perfect people. It's just that certain things are against our faith. If you guys, if Christians or other people expect Christians to just stand and watch things happen that are against our faith, that could threaten our faith in the long run, it's not possible. Do you understand? It's not possible. And I'm really trying to, frame this conversation very well so that you guys don't miss it, right? Okay, let's use the LGBT for instance, right? Now, the LGBTQ community is, they're human beings, they have their rights, but homosexuality is against our faith. Now, I wanted to also say something because, there's something about, okay, let me say, because most people were like, God will judge. And that's true, God will judge. We're not judging these people. I want you guys to get the picture, right? God will judge and God will judge. We know that. We're not judging these people. But now, you don't expect us to fold our arms or be happy that things like LGBT or things like homosexuality will be legalized. And these things, when certain things are legalized, it makes it more, how will I say it? It gradually becomes a norm. Now, remember, like I said, some people are gullible, some people are ignorant, and you're thinking about your kids. I don't know how I'm going to explain. I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to say. When things become legal, it encourages people to actually do it. Now, we as Christians, we can't be a part of that. Not because we're judging these people, but because we wouldn't want to encourage such lifestyles. Now, we would tolerate any LGBT person. We would tolerate these people. And let me give you an instance, because some of you will be like, why are you guys being judgmental? We're not being judgmental. Okay, let me give you an instance of Jesus in the Bible and the adulterous woman that was brought to him to crucify, to punish, or like, what do we do about her? Look at this lady, she was caught in adultery and everything. After everything that happened, you guys know the story. For those of you who don't know the story, it's in the Bible. I don't even know what part of the Bible it's in again, but I'll try and find it. It's more like Jesus defended the woman, because of course Jesus wouldn't allow them stone that woman to death. Even though she was an adulterous woman, even though she committed adultery, it doesn't mean that Jesus will condemn her there and then. But remember that after Jesus defended her and said, okay, if you are without sin, cast the first stone, and everybody left, she went to her and said, where are your accusers? And then she said, go and sin no more. Now, we need to understand certain things, because everybody is always saying God will judge. And you guys keep using things like, who are you to judge? You're not perfect. We're not perfect people. We're Christians. I mean, Jesus entrusted his gospel to imperfect people like us. We're supposed to stand against certain things, not because we're perfect, but that's what our faith enables us to do. Do you understand? But the way we go about it is important. We won't go about making people feel bad or making people know. We should be able to do it with love. But at the same time, this is what we believe in. Do you understand? So it's one thing to now say, okay, let's legalize adultery. Are you serious? Jesus wouldn't support something like that. So it's the same thing. If an LGBT person was abused or attacked, I believe Christians should defend such a person. But now when you say you want to legalize things like that, you don't expect Christians to be happy about it or to encourage it. Do you understand? It's almost as if, maybe nothing we're going to do is going to change anything. Fine. But what I'm saying is that you don't expect us to applaud it or encourage it. No. Not even when you have stories about Sodom and Gomorrah and how God frowned at what happened and how he destroyed the city. So, in the world, yes, I know that Christians may sound very ridiculous to so many people, and it's fine. But that is how it is. Do you understand me? So that's why I like to emphasize that my target is Christians. I don't expect someone who's not a Christian to really understand me. Do you get? But if you're not a Christian and you really want to ask me anything, fine. But I'm saying this because I'm talking to my fellow Christians who believe in God, who believe in Jesus. Do you understand me? And Christianity doesn't condemn other people or make other people feel less of themselves. No, as Christians, we are supposed to love one another. We're supposed to tolerate one another. We're supposed to help one another. Now, my faith as a Christian is also different from my opinion as a person. So as a human being, I have my own opinion about anything and everything. I think I said this before. So I have my opinion about LGBTQ. I could be talking about LGBTQ from a personal point of view, maybe from my personal experience of everything. So that is me as a human being. But now as a Christian, I should be able to, let my opinions slide and be a Christian and, do you understand, not condemn these people and accommodate them, right? So that's so I feel like Christians, there's no point fighting. But if you're truly a Christian, I want you to understand that we're not fighting. We're not fighting. If we truly and sincerely love God and we're trying to live our lives for Him, I believe we should be on the same page. So I'm just using LGBT as one instance. There's the whole pro-choice and pro-life, and the list is endless, right? But I believe the whole abortion thing and LGBT are like the major things that a lot of Christians cringe at. Now, the way some Christians handle these things are maybe different. Some Christians may outrightly be very judgmental. Some Christians may outrightly, handle these things differently. But thinking about these things, I just told myself, it's sad that Christians have to fight over issues like this when we should be united. That's why I said I feel like the whole election was just like a blow on the Christian community. Some would say it was a battle between good and evil. And it's funny that Christians are on both sides. You understand? So this video is not going to really be very exhaustive. I'm going to make a series of videos and hope that I try to explain these things as the best way I can. I don't want anybody getting offended. I don't want anybody being, just try not to be offended. I mean, I know I can't really control how you feel about what I say, but I want you to see that I am trying to call a truce. I am trying to be as diplomatic as possible. I'm trying to be tolerant, and I'm trying to make you understand why we believe in what we believe in and why this is how it is. So I just hope I'm getting somewhere with all of this.